Hello friends, welcome to the today's session. Today we are taking the problem onto the elastic constants as we have studied that elastic constants and their relationship between modulus of elasticity and modulus of rigidity, modulus of elasticity and bulk modulus and modulus of rigidity. So their relation we already derived in the previous lecture. So in this particular lecture, we are taking some numerical problems onto the elastic constants. So please remember that whatever the formula or whatever the relation we derived in the last video lecture. Let us take one problem onto the elastic constants. So I will read first of all the problem. A bar of 25 mm diameter is tested in tension. It is observed that when a load of 60 kN is applied, the extension measure over a gauge length of 200 mm is 0.12 mm and contraction in diameter is 0.0045 mm. Find the Poisson's ratio and elastic constants E, G and K. So this is the problem. So first of all, in the problem there is a tensile load. It is given that is a this is a tension test has been done onto the 25 mm diameter of bar, and the total gauge length of the bar is 200 mm, and there is a change in the length and change in the linear direction and change in the lateral direction. So there is a deformation has been observed, has been recorded. So in the linear deformation 0.12 along the direction of applied load, and exactly right angle there is a lateral deformation, or it is contraction is also recorded, so that it is 0.0045 mm. So applied load, tensile load, it is given. So capital P, the symbol it is denoted for the tensile load 60 kilonewton. So it is converted into 60,000 Newton. So multiply by 1000, you will get the value in Newton. So 60,000 Newton. Area, so there is a though it is a circular cross-sectional bar is there, whose diameter is given in the problem. So you can easily calculate the cross-sectional area. We have the formula pi by 4 into d square. So diameter of the bar is given 25, so 25 square, so pi by 4 into 25 square. So this value will get for the cross-sectional area. The gauge length is given, L is equal to 200 mm, for which the extension and the contraction has been recorded. So that gauge length is 200. So first of all, change in the length is given 0.12 and change in the diameter 0.0045 mm. So both of these value, so that is a linear deformation delta L, and lateral deformation we can say that is a delta D is given. So first of all, we will calculate that linear strain. So we have the formula, linear strain is a change in the length divided by original length. So change in length or linear in the linear direction, that is a delta L is given, divided by original length is also given. So put that value, change in the length 0.12 divided by 200, so we'll get this value 0.0006. Lateral strain also we can calculate, because the change in the lateral deformation or the lateral deformation is given in the problem. So original diameter is given and there is a lateral deformation delta D. So you put both of these values in this formula, you will get this value, that is a lateral strain. So once we'll get the lateral strain and linear strain, we have the formula to finding out the Poisson's ratio, because the formula for Poisson's ratio mu is equal to lateral strain to linear strain. So put both of these value, will get mu value. So delta L, and it's a change in length. We have already derived the formula. We knows that PL divided by E. P is the tensile load, length of the bar, or we can say the gauge length, area of cross section, and modulus of elasticity. So there is only one unknown is there, that is the modulus of elasticity. So we already found, in the problem, change in the length, P is known, L is known gauge length, and cross section area is also known, so you can calculate E. So once we calculated the modulus of elasticity capital E in Newton per mm square, we have the relation from the relationship between the modulus of rigidity and uh, modulus of elasticity. E is equal to 2g into 1 plus mu. So modulus of elasticity we calculated, mu is also calculated, only unknown is g, that is the modulus of rigidity. So g is equal to E divided by 2 into 1 plus mu. So put all this value of E and mu, so you will get the g value in Newton per mm square. And from the one more relation or one more relationship, it is E is equal to 3k into 1 minus twice of mu. So this relation also we derived in the previous video lecture. So you just take this formula, and again in this formula mu is calculated, modulus of elasticity is known, so you can calculate the bulk modulus. So this is the bulk modulus is calculated. So in this way, step by step, you can calculate the all the elastic components. Let us take one more problem on this. A circular rod of 25 mm diameter and 500 mm long is subjected to tensile force of 60 kN. Determine the modulus of rigidity, bulk modulus, change in the volume of Poisson's ratio. If Poisson's ratio is 0.3 and Young's modulus E is key value is given. So in this, D is equal to 25 mm diameter of circular rod cross section, length is 500, P 60 kN load, tensile load, and mu is given, Poisson's ratio and modulus of elasticity is also given. So we have the relation that E is equal to 2g 1 plus mu. So you can, and also 3k 1 minus twice of mu. So both of the relation we already derived. So from this you can calculate the modulus of rigidity, E divided by 2 into 1 plus mu. So E value is given and mu value is also given. So put this value and calculate the rigidity. So after that, the K, from the same relation you can derive this formula. K is equal to E divided by 3 1 plus twice of mu. So put E and mu only value only here and calculate the K. K is the bulk modulus, G is the modulus of rigidity. So longitudinal stress, because stress by the definition we know that the applied load divided by the area of cross section. So applied load is 60 kN given, so converted into the Newton, 60 into 10 raised to 3, and area of cross section of this circular rod is pi by 4 d square. So this 25 square, so we'll get the longitudinal stress. Once we'll get the longitudinal stress, we can easily calculate the tensile strain, because tensile strain, linear strain is equal to stress, obviously it is a longitudinal stress divided by modulus of elasticity. So stress, longitudinal stress we calculated, put the value of elasticity, modulus of elasticity, and calculate the linear strain. After that, the lateral strain in y direction. So because there is opposite in nature, so there is a tensile strain in x direction, uh, and in y and z direction there is a compressive type of the strain because of the contraction in opposite direction. So minus mu into ex, and Ez is equal to minus mu into ex. So volumetric strain, we already derived that Ev is equal to Ex plus Ey plus Ez. So there is a change in the strain in the x direction, strain in y direction, and strain in z direction. There is a summation. If the strain in all the three directions are same, so you can write the equation like this. Ex is into 1 minus twice of mu. So there is a strain in x direction we already calculated. So mu is known, so you can calculate the volumetric strain like this. So once the volumetric strain is determined, so we have the formula, that is volumetric strain is equal to change in the total volume, change in the volume divided by total volume. So there is a change in the volume, you can determine is equal to EV, that is a volumetric strain, multiplied by total volume. So volumetric strain we calculated above, and multiply by total volume means total volume of that circular bar. So cross sectional area multiplied by length, you will get the this particular value of total volume of the circular cross sectional bar. So area of cross section multiplied by 500 is the length of the bar, so you will get easily that total volume of the bar. So by this you can calculate the change in the volume, or change in the deformation, total deformation of the circular bar. So that final value determined is 60 mm cube. So this is the total change in the volume. Thank you for this session.